Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
As we're just moments away from that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here between number 12 Northwest and Itawamba Community College, as it's going to be a doubleheader this afternoon, a beautiful afternoon here in Fulton. As the coaches are meeting at home plate right now, we'll have the starting lineups already presented to you, but we'll give you those also in the exchange of the innings here in the first. I'm Adam Gord, Dr. Brad Boggs. We've got orientation on campus today, so he's got a few things that he's got to do on that side of things, as we're just waiting for the umpires and coaches to kind of break this up, and then we'll have the playing of the national anthem here, part of the Davis Ford pregame show here in Fulton. Of course, ICC and Northwest, no stranger to each other in this situation. Northwest comes in with a record of 35-13, 19-5 in conference play. ICC 16-26, 8-16 inside conference play, and as we mentioned, Northwest ranked number 12 in the country. Two of the most, I guess you can say, history-rich programs, and also two of the longest tenured coaches in the MACCC. Mark Carson, 19 seasons. ICC's Rick Collier, I believe, has 22 seasons under his belt here at ICC. As they're going to shake hands, and we're going to turn it over to Laney for the announcing of today's lineup for the Indians.
Right field, Brock Ware. Center field, Hayden Roberts. Left field, Dre McCray. First base, Bo Rock. Second base, Jackson Settlemyers. Shortstop, Jude Treadaway. Third base, Jarrett Morris. Catcher, Stone Collier. Pitcher, Matt Gordon. And DH, Ben Davis.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Keep watching. Ugh, okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we put the brakes on the Davis Ford pregame show here and await that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here between ICC and the number 12 Rangers of Northwest. We do welcome those that are watching in favor of the Rangers this afternoon and hope you're doing good, as this game originally scheduled for 3 o'clock was pushed up to a 2 o'clock start late last night. So we picture some of the crowd might be a little late getting in, as you see the throw down there, so that means we're getting close to that opening pitch. Due up here for Northwest, Jacob Hill, Cade Greer, and Peyton Martin to start the top of the first inning.
Batting for the Rangers, number 2, Jacob Hill.
As always, Game 1 inside conference play is scheduled for 9 innings. Jacob Hill starting us off. He is the shortstop. He's out of Lewisburg High School. On the hill for the Indians is Matt Borden, as the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch is in there for a strike, and it comes your way at 2:04. That's a 2:04 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 1 between ICC and Northwest. 1-0 is the count here to Jacob Hill. And he says, does he go? The umpire says he does, and now he finds himself in an 0-2 hole here to Matt Borden. So 0-2 is the count here to Hill. He's the shortstop defensively for the Rangers. Swings on this one, pops it up to the right side. Long running catch, and it won't be able to be made, and that'll drop for a base hit. Nice job there by Hill, who quickly found himself in an 0-2 hole. Popped that one up, put it out there in no man's land.
Cade Greer.
And now with no outs, this will bring up Cade Greer, the center fielder for the Rangers. Coach Grant Pate threw out today's ceremonial first pitch. Of course, as many know, Coach Pate is retiring from coaching this season at ICC, so he was honored with the first pitch. Members of his basketball team here at the ballpark today as that first pitch high for a ball to Greer. Borden's going to do a half-hearted pickoff over the first. No issue getting back there, and we'll sit at 1-0. Softball also in action today. They're in Senatobia. We'll try to keep you updated on the score throughout the afternoon. Borden pitches. This one hit hard, popped up right side, but it's going to get out of play. 1-1 now is the count. One ball, one strike, no outs. We're in the top of the first here, game 1 of 2 between ICC and Northwest. Again, a little soft pickoff. That one thrown high. Good job by Bo Rock to jump and find that one. If not, that one gets away and Runner advances to second without an issue. So back to Greer at the plate. Slices that one. It knifes its way through the hole on the right side of the infield, and that's going to go for back-to-back singles to start the contest here for Northwest.
Number 8, Peyton Martin.
Now up is going to be the third batter in the lineup, the right fielder Peyton Martin here for the Rangers. No outs. You've got runners at first and second here for Northwest in the top of the first. It was a little bloop single by Jacob Hill and then a slicing single out to right. Both shots out to right, actually. Runners go. Throw down to third is not going to be in time, and that's going to be a successful double steal by Northwest. So Northwest aggressive on the bases early here, as Peyton Martin took that pitch for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Still no outs in the inning now with runners at second and third here in the top of the first. Borden's pitch on its way. That one right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Martin. Well, an absolute beautiful day for baseball. As approaching the end of the school year, as that pitch is going to drop off the table a bit too low for a ball. 2-1 is the count. Saturday will be the last regular season game of the year for the Indians. It'll be sophomore day as they host Jones. That game starts at 2 o'clock. We do invite you to come out, but make plans to join us a little early as we'll have Chop Day starting at noon. It'll be our spring football day. We'll have some inflatables, food trucks, as that pitch up high for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. A lot of things going on, so just make your plans to come out to campus Saturday starting around noon and enjoy a full day of activities for you and the family. As this pitch popped up, should be deep enough to score the run from third. Right fielder is going to camp underneath it. They're going to tag the run. They're going to throw to third instead of home. The throw is in time, but unfortunately just took an awkward hop that time. So that will be a sacrifice fly for Martin as he drives in the run. That's Hill who scored.
Number 9, Cade Leatherwood.
And so now it's 1-0 Northwest. That sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They remind you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. So now with one out and a runner at third, this is Cade Leatherwood, the third baseman, at the plate here for the Rangers. As that pitch outside for a ball. Remind you, we'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in the exchange of the inning here. As this pitch popped up, center fielder started back. Now it's going to run up, and this one should be deep enough to get the run home as the throw is going to be up the line and back-to-back sacrifice flies, and it's 2-0 now, Northwest. So the stolen bases paid off well as they were able to advance the runner also on that last sacrifice fly. And it's 2-0 now with 2 outs. And this is going to be the fifth batter of the inning. This is going to be the catcher, Matthew Roncalli, coming to the plate. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Roncalli. This one's going to be hammered. It's going to go down the right field line, drift foul, and get out of play. 1-1 now is the count here to Roncalli. We talked about ICC. They've got Jones next. It's a tough one from Northwest as they'll travel to Pearl River. As that pitch fouled back. 1-2 now is the count. That game scheduled for Saturday as well. And then, of course, you got the play-in series May 3rd through the 5th. And, well, ICC is going to have to get a little bit of help to get into that series. And a lot of that's going to start with a win here in Game 1. That pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. There's 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the first. There's a shot. Second baseman Boots it, recovers, gets it over in time for the out. 4-3 to get out of the inning there, but not before the Rangers were able to put 2 on the board. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we mentioned, we'll talk about today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and you've already met the first 5 batters of the day here for Northwest, so let's recap those. It's Jacob Hill, the shortstop, Cade Greer, the center fielder, Peyton Martin is out in right field, Cade Leatherwood is the third baseman, and met the first 5. Matthew Roncalli is the catcher. 6 through 9 looks like this. Levi Lane, he's the DH. James Smith is out in left field. Tyler Pearson is your second baseman. And batting ninth is going to be Hayes Davis. He's over at first. Pitching for the Rangers today is going to be Scott Sharp. Sharp getting the start here in Game 1. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Collier and Coach McCrory hope they've got that same winning combination put together here in Game 1. And this is the lineup here for the Indians. 1 through 9 looks like this. Jude Treadaway at shortstop. Brock Ware is the right fielder. Stone Collier is catching. Ben Davis will be the DH. Dre McCray will be out in left field. Bo Rock is at first. That's pretty much where he's been his entire career. You've got Jackson Settlemyers at second. Jarrett Morris is the third baseman. And playing in center field, batting ninth, is Hayden Roberts. And we've already talked about Matt Borden getting the start. Credit to his mom. We've been calling him Matt Borden his entire career, and she would politely sent me a message saying, hey, not that it matters, but his last name is actually Borden, is how it's said. So want to make sure it was right, and I apologized and said, Matt should have said something. She's like, no, he's just a laid-back guy. So it wasn't really that big of a deal, but we do appreciate her letting us know the correct way to say his last name. Well, arriving fashionably late today is the good Dr. Brad Boggs. He has had his hands full today and getting here in the bottom of the first. Let's let him get his headsets on. We're in game 48 of the year, and Brad's still having trouble figuring out how to put his headset on.
Batting for the Indians, number 23, Jude Treadaway.
So it'll be Jude Treadaway to start us off here. And Dr. Boggs, thanks for joining us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth.
Glad to be here. I've been working on this headset for the last 2 hours.
So it's going to be Jude Treadaway to start us off here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 is the score. As that first pitch is going to miss low for ball 1. This is Scott Sharp on the hill here for the Rangers, ranked number 12 in the country. They have put together a good program over the years as there's a swing and a miss under the direction of Mark Carson. We talked about it, Brad, Mark and Rick, 2 of the longest tenured coaches in the MACCC, and this is a friendly rivalry that goes back a long way on the diamond.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So is a strike 2 to Jude there, but definitely friendly rivalry. We like it when Northwest comes to town. They bring good baseball here always, and it's a good matchup. And plus, it's just a beautiful day today. But even when we travel up there, it's a good matchup. Coach Carson's done a fantastic job with that program up there. That's ball 2 right there.
So 2-2 now is the count here to Jude Treadaway. It'll be Treadaway, Ware, and Collier scheduled up here in the bottom of the first inning. As that pitch just got a piece of it on that outer edge to foul it back and keep the at-bat alive here. 2-2 will stay the count here on Jude Treadaway.
Yeah, did a good job getting a piece of that one. Like you say, it was just on the outer part of the plate there. And, of course, got a lefty on the mound, lefty on lefty here. So excellent job by Jude.
That pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. 3-2 now is the count here on Treadaway. If you're just now joining us, this is the first batter of the inning here for the Indians. 2-0 is the score after a pair of sacrifice flies in the top half of the inning. As there's a ground ball, first baseman waits on it, will glove it, jogs over and taps the bag for out number 1. Well, that was a good at bat, even though it didn't result in a hit. Jude was able to get deep in the pitch count, foul off a couple of pitches.
Number 9, Brock Ware.
eventually sent one to first, but gave the opportunity for his teammates to get a good look at today's starter in Sharp.
Yeah, turned on that pitch, did a good job of turning on it too, but just right at the first baseman. But there again, like you say, saw a lot of good pitches there as Brock reaches out on that one and tries to place that one in between short and third, and just got foul on him over there. So 0-1 count to Brock Ware.
As Brad mentioned, 0-1 is the count now to Ware. Brock is playing in right field. There's a big looping curveball in there for a strike. That was a beauty. 0-2 now is the count here to Ware. Third-generation Indian. His brother played baseball here. His sister played softball. Clearly he's playing baseball here. The 0-2 pitch on its way. That one not a bad spot to miss with a fastball outside. 1-2 now is the count. As Brad mentioned, a beautiful day for softball. Temperatures a little warm for this time of year. There's not much of a breeze to talk about so far here in the ballpark. As this pitch lifted, center fielder is going to go over and squeeze it for the out for out number 2. And now this will bring up Stone. Now here to Northwest. We're in the bottom of the first inning, game 1 of 2 this afternoon. As that pitch in there for a strike. That lovely vocals was the stylings of Laney singing.
Very good.
They can hear me?
They could. Mm-hmm. Still can.
As that pitch missing low and outside, 1-1 now is the count.
And Stone comes into the day. He is second in the team in batting average. He's got a .312 batting average coming in. Does have 39 hits on the year, 8 of those being doubles.
1-1 pitch. That one missing low. 2-1 now is the count. Well, as we mentioned, softball getting going over there in Senatobia as that pitch fouled off. We'll even things up now at 2-2. We'll try to keep you posted on those throughout the day. As this pitch popped up a mile high here, third baseman calling everyone off, dancing around, and will squeeze it so the Indians go 3 up, 3 down there in the bottom of the first. 2-0 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stuff for it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning for Northwest. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up. Lane, Smith, and Pearson the DH, left fielder, and second baseman scheduled up. If you're just now joining us, it's 2-0 after a pair of sacrifice flies by Martin and Leatherwood that scored Hill and Greer. Both of those guys had a single to right field, had a double steal, and then was able to come across to score those 2 runs. Just textbook baseball there in the top of the first. So the DH Lang is at the plate now here for the Rangers. Matt Borden on the hill here as that pitch in there for a strike. Oh, 0-1 is the count to Lang. And that one just tattooed, and it's going to get through for another base hit. Third hit of the day by the Rangers. And folks, I don't know how these hits are coming across on the sound of things, but these 3 hits that they have hit today have all been solid contacts and just cracking off the bat.
Yeah, I kind of found the 6-hole there. Gordon just kind of went through and did an excellent job turning on that pitch and leading off the inning with a single. So Northwest with their leadoff batter on, here in the top of the second.
This is Smith at the plate, the left fielder, and he is going to foul off the first pitch back and out of play for strike 1. Smith, Pearson scheduled up. Davis in the hole, and that would be in the 4th one up as that pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. A runner over at first here for the Rangers. Borden, pitch, grounder, slower, right back to him. Taylor made double play. They get 1. Do they get 2? No, they do not. The ball kind of died on Borden as soon as it got to him.
Yeah, it did. It was hit right back to him when one, like you said, it was a Taylor made, but it needed just a little more pop on it for him to be able to turn around and flip that. And I think he kind of saw it because when he came up throwing, he knew it was a little that he needed a little extra time, but he did get that lead out. But the throw was a little low too, and so they did a good job at short there to pick that one up and at least keep the ball in the infield and get that lead out.
So the fielder's choice results in the runner still at first, basically, as this is a fly ball off the first pitch that Tyler Pearson sees. And that is going to go for out number 2 now. And this is going to bring up Hayes Davis batting in that 9 spot. He's playing first base here in game 1 between ICC and Northwest. So nice recovery to get 2 quick outs after giving up a hard hit single to start the inning. Borden again with the half-hearted pickoff move. It's not a snap throw or a quick one. It's just one of those to keep him honest, as Northwest does like to move around the bases. We've already seen 2 steals, actually a double steal in the top of the first. As this pitch is going to be fouled off, out of play, strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Borden checks the runner at first, now delivers. And this one's going to be popped up right side. Could be trouble giving chase, but it's foul.
Yeah, just foul. Good swing on that one as far as just it was kind of in half of the plate there. Again, lefty on righty here with Borden throwing, and he was able to fist that one out there in the right field and almost just painted the line with it out there. So good job there at the bat there by Davis to get that one out there. It does put him in the hole, though. 0-2 count.
So Borden looking for his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Rangers trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the second. They lead it 2-0 here in game 1. Of course, game 1 scheduled for 9 innings. As we await the pitch. Breaking pitch hangs up just a little bit too much. Not a bad spot to miss on an 0-2 count. And now it goes 1-2 here to Davis. If he were to reach, and we go back to the top of the lineup here in Jacob Hill. Runner with a minimum lead. This pitch fouled back, out of play. 1-2 will stay the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second, 2-0. Northwest, the number 12 team in the country, leading ICC. Runner goes. Throw down is not in time, and that will be the third stolen base of the day for the Rangers. Don't know how many steals they've got coming into this series. Of course, we can look at that here in a moment, but that last pitch high for a ball, 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, got a good jump on it. Of course, Bourdon's picked a couple of guys off this year, and we've seen it. So, excellent job out there of watching Bourdon and his delivery to get a good jump out there and get the stolen base. As he swings through that one, Davis does. Stone drops it, gets the throw down the first, gets the third out.
So the Indians get out of that slight jam with no damage done. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Northwest with the lead. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute beautiful day here at Roy Crescent Field. Northwest leading 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning, as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for ICC. Ben Davis, Dre McCray, and Bo Rock, as we get a little extended time here between innings, as typically only able to get about a minute break in, so we'll have to adjust to that as we go throughout the games, because I know our sponsor would love the extra time.
Yeah, and their catcher wasn't out there, so I don't know what that was.
So this will be Ben Davis. He is the DH here in game one, starting us off in the bottom of the second. ICC would love to scratch across a run or two here to see if they can pull even in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Ben coming in as he swings at that first pitch right at third and gets the out. And I guess I'll talk about Ben at a later date.
5-3 on the ground out for those of you that might be scoring at home. One pitch, one out. That's what you like if you're Scott Sharp. And now this will bring McCray to the dish.
It does bring McCray in, as you said, 278 average coming in today. He does have 3 home runs on the year, 10 RBIs, 25 hits, 6 of those being doubles.
Ooh, a generous outer edge for strike one there on McCray. Brad, if you get a chance, we'll also take a look at the numbers on Scott Sharp, the pitcher here for the Rangers. As 0-1 is the count to McCray. That pitch, he said, well, if you give me that much of the edge last time, I want to see how much of edge you'll give me. This time, it's just too much. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here for the Indians. That pitch upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 now is the count here to Dre McCray, one of the sophomores that we'll be recognizing next Saturday on Sophomore Day, part of the Chop Day festivities, starting at noon here on the Fulton campus. As that pitch at the knees for a strike, 2-2 now is the count.
Looks like Sharp is a lefty, sophomore, 6 foot, out of Olive Branch, played at Lewisburg High School. And this pitch was coming here. That one's fouled back there, still 2 strikes on Dre. He does have 10 appearances on the year, 7 wins, 1 loss, 3 complete games out of those. 55 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 55 hits on 26 runs. Does have 17 walks to 48 Ks. Good ratio there with a 3.56 ERA.
2-2 pitch on its way inside, and ooh.
Good pitch.
Good pitch. Tough one to hold off on there. Now the count goes full at 3-2 here on McCray. Those stats being brought to you by our friends over at Samstown Market in Mantachie. So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Sharp. And McCray fouls that one off, and we'll stay at 3-2.
Yeah, another good pitch right there. He came in on the pitch before that we kind of grunted on a little bit, or I did anyway, that was called a ball, but then flipped it around and came back on the outside part of the plate there, and, of course, drew a swing from Dre, and he was able to foul it off, still full count.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here. And he finds a piece of that one, fouls it off, and keeps the at-bat alive here. Quality AB here for McCray, trying to find the Indians' first hit of the day here.
Yeah, came back in right there, Adam. So, he's been in, out, now back in. So we'll see where he sets up here. He's probably got Dre guessing a little.
Goes to that outer edge he got earlier. McCray fouls this one off, and we'll sit at 3-2 once again.
Yeah, that was I think he took something off there. I think it was a breaking pitch that he had out there, so had Dre's timing off a little bit because he'd had some fastballs before that he'd seen. Again, good job by Dre McCray to stay alive and have a quality at bat here and foul it off. Smoked.
And that one ripped, and guess what? That one's foul.
Yeah.
So that's at least the fourth, maybe even fifth foul ball at this at bat right now.
Yeah, he turned on that one, did a good job. Got those hands out in front right there and turned on it. It was a line shot. Just way foul over here on the third base side. Good job.
There's a shot, and a great at bat there by McCray.
Yeah, excellent bat right there. That's what you want to see. That's what makes Coach Collier happy right there. Number one, you've had Sharp, who now has thrown a lot of pitches right there to Dre. Dre saw several of them. He's able to communicate that to his players. But then at the end of the time, at the end of it, with a full count, Dre comes back in and still he was on it. I mean, he was drilling it, and lined that one in between third and short with the single, and got the hit, one out. Bo Rock up at the plate.
Rock looks at that first pitch, a little low and outside for a ball. Indians trail this one 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Rock looks at that breaking pitch, nips the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, Bo comes in with a .261 batting average. He's got 36 hits on the year, 5 of those being doubles, 19 RBIs.
So the 1-1 offering, thought about it, held off, pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good out of there. Good job of holding back on that. Again, lefty on lefty here now with Sharp versus Bo.
Runner at first, that's McCray, who singled with one out in the inning. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty.
Yeah, that was a beauty right there. Good job by Bo, though. I mean, holding up on that one. He only had one strike, and I agree with holding off on that one. Again, you want to see it as many times as you can, and then, of course, on the good pitch like that is a good one to hold off on unless you got 2 strikes.
Goes for the fastball this time. Rock finds a piece of it, fouls it back. We'll stay at 2-2.
Yeah, that one had some movement on it too, Adam. That one had a little movement on the outside part. So Bo able to get a piece of it, still remain alive here with a 2-2 count.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here to Rock. Grounds this one forward. Only going to be one play, and it's going to be a foot race, and just beats him to the bag. Does the first baseman for out number 2.
Yeah, I'm going to say the first baseman. I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of watching the foot race. The first baseman called off. Of course, Sharp was running over there to cover. Anytime you got a ground ball to that side, your pitcher's running over there to help cover if need be. And the pitcher just kind of ran through the bag, and so that left the first baseman, Davis, over there to cover it. So he did. But I wasn't out there, but I'm going to say he called him off.
So now this will bring Jackson Settlemyers to the plate. McCray was able to advance to second. So Settlemyers trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians as they trail at 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Sharp still on the hill. This one absolutely tattooed out to left, and they're going to ask McCray to score from second, and he will.
Yeah, I had a bobble out there in left field by the left fielder out there when he was kind of coming up to throw. That was Smith charging it. And he was going to definitely get the throw home, and he was going to go after him, and bobbled it when he was charging it and just kind of dropped it. So Dre McCray scored easily And that also left Settlemyers over there at first, though, so that did keep him still at first. Indians cut the lead in half.
So 2-1 now is the score. Runner at first, and this is Morris at the plate. Takes that pitch outside for a ball.
Yeah, kind of big breaking pitch there that remained outside, didn't really come back in. So easily to take that one right there. 1-0 count.
You got Settlemyers at first. Morris is at the plate. Morris swings on this one, fouls it off, evens things up now at 1-1.
Came back with the fastball right there. Morris swung at it, got a 1-1 count. Good pitch to swing at right there.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the second, 2-1 Northwest with the lead here over the Indians. Sharp getting set to deliver the pitch, checks the runner. And just a little bit late on the fastball there. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, came back at him again, just firing right back at him, and Sharp won that battle that time, so 1-2 count.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. 2-2 now is the count. Nice job blocking that one up by Ron Colley. And so now the count will even up here at 2-2. Indians have scratched across the run with 2 outs. Can they find another one? Good speed over at first in Settlemyers. Morris at the plate. Looks at that pitch, runs inside and low. 3-2 now is the count. Tell you what, Brad, those pitches have been borderline. The umpire just not liking that inside pitch just yet.
No, and I don't know if it's I can't tell if it's too low where we're sitting up here for his liking, if it's dropping below the knees there and out of the zone, or if it's too far inside. And I hadn't seen him make a motion at this point as Sharp goes over to first there to check Settlemyers. Settlemyers back in easily. So maybe at some point we'll kind of get an indication from the umpire. You know, sometimes you'll get that indication of whether it was low or too far inside. Hadn't seen that yet.
So the count's still full here, 3-2. Runner at first with 2 outs. This one rips, and what a hop, but what a play over at third to find it. 5-3 on the putout. Heck of an effort over there by Cade Leatherwood, as that took a wicked hop just a few foot in front of him, but he was able to reel that one in and get the out and end the inning. But the Indians do score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We played 2 in Fulton, 2-1 Northwest with the lead. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man. Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 3rd inning for Northwest. It'll be the 1-2-3 batters due up, and this is where they got things started with back-to-back singles by Hill and Greer. They both had a double steal to move into scoring position, and then back-to-back ICC Baptist Student Union sacrifice flies from Martin and Leatherwood. That made it 2-0 after 1 complete. Then ICC gets a single by Settlemyers to score McCray to make it 2-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. That scoring update being brought to you by Bank Okolona. That pitch just slips out of the fingers of Borden there a little bit too soon. 1-0 now is the count here to Hill.
Yeah, I don't know if you were able to cover that or not, and if you can, I can rehash it. Bordon sophomore this year, that one's fouled off behind us here. 11 appearances on the year. He's got 2 wins, 4 losses, 1 complete game, 45 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 34 hits, 23 runs, does have 21 walks to 55 Ks, 3.94 ERA.
And this pitch is going to be hit to the right side. It's going to be fouled out of play. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, I made it out into the parking lot out there, and all clear on the vehicle count there on that one.
We've pretty much had an all-clear season. I can remember 1, maybe 2 vehicles.
That's about all I can remember, too.
That have been hit.
Comes back in on that one. Did not get the call there. But one thing you've noticed, Adam, I don't know, and, of course, for people who don't come to the park here, but a long time ago, you would pull up. I mean, they'd park as close as they could to the fence. Now they park more out there, and he smoked that one and turned.
That's deep to out of the ballpark, deep to left, and that's going to be a solo home run off the bat of Jacob Hill, his second hit of the game. That one just carried and found its way out. As we said, not a lot of wind today as that one snuck over the top of the fence, and that'll be a solo home run to start the inning. 3-1 now, Rangers.
Well, that's what you want right there. I mean, if you're Northwest, and that's, again, that was kind of that pitch on the inner half of the plate.
Number 16.
Got that swing out there where you got those hands out there quickly, and it just drove it out to left field and able to get the home run there. So good piece of hitting there by Hill.
Now that brings Cade Greer to the plate, who takes that first pitch high for a ball.
That's Hill's second home run of the year. He had 1 coming into today, and that'll actually be his 19th RBI on the year. He had 18 coming into today.
That breaking pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Cade Greer. He sharply hit a ball out to right field for a single in his first at bat. Go ahead.
Greer, I was going to say, he is easily their leading hitter right now as far as average. He's got a .415 average, which that went up, and he just got hit right there, hit by pitch. So his on base percentage, Adam, was .525 coming in today. Now he's been on base twice. He's also got a single, so everything's climbing here for Greer. He's having a heck of a season here, and I'll stop in a minute. But 61 hits, 15 doubles, 34 RBIs coming into today. So, and that's just been added on right there.
He has been productive, is what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
So now this will be Peyton Martin, the right fielder who had a sacrifice fly in his previous at bat. There's that pickoff that we talked about that could get away after a bad throw there. So E1, as that throw was in the dirt.
Yeah, that's a bad throw. Of course, what it is a lefty. You can kind of, it's a different move. Obviously, if you're a right-hander, you watch that pitcher, you watch that right foot. Left-hander, you can just kind of take that left foot and step back off right quick and make a throw, but you got to put some pepper behind it, as that is strike 1 right there, 0-1 count to get it over there. That one was thrown in the dirt. Rock unable to kind of make the scoop on it. It was just thrown in the dirt that gets by him. So there you go. Greer advances to second.
Breaking pitch missing low and outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Peyton Martin. He's already got 1 RBI on the day, looking for his second here if he can get something down to the outfield. 1-1 pitch on its way. And that one missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, so now he's got 40 RBIs. That's including the one he had earlier. So looking for 41 RBIs on the year if he's able to drive this run in at second.
Borden checks the runner. Long stare, now delivers.
Goes, runner steals.
Swing and a miss. Throw down is in time.
His signal over there, Adams, what I'm laughing at, he kind of went.
Yeah,
and, he looked like for a minute he was going to go safe, and then he said, well, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go out. Yeah. And that was a good job by Stone, because what you had there is your batter is a right-handed batter. And so Greer with some speed, as we know, thought he got a good jump there, and I think he did, but Stone Collier comes up throwing and gets the out.
That pitch inside and missing for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. And that's one thing as a catcher, and of course Stone knows this because he's, his dad's coached baseball for 22 years now here at ICC, so he's seen this Ranger team many years under Mark Carson. He knows they're going to be aggressive on the bases. So that pitch missing. 3-2 now is the count. This
him.
one popped up and
Jammed him.
center fielder jogging in and will squeeze it for out number 2.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Came back well inside right there. Jammed him good. All he was able to do is just muscle that
Number
one out
9,
there, just
Cade Leatherwood.
shallow center field there. So gets the second out of the inning.
And now this will bring Cade Leatherwood to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly that also resulted in an RBI in his only at bat so far. So he'll dig in with 2 outs and nobody on. That first pitch, a breaking pitch that he couldn't get turned over. 1-0 is the count. Gordon working with a little bit more purpose now with nobody on base. That pitch missing just a bit high. 2-0 now is the count here to Leatherwood.
Leatherwood came into today with a 349 average. Does have 30 RBIs, 44 hits.
That pitch missing inside. 3-0 now is the count quickly here to Leatherwood.
Yeah, you battle back here, and you got 2 outs now, and of course you're throwing from the windup Bordon here, and you quickly down 3-0 here. You don't want to lose him.
That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count here to Leatherwood. And tell you what, after those first 3 pitches, I don't know if I'm Leatherwood, unless it's something I think I can tee off on. I just kind of let this one ride as well.
And he teed off.
And it results in a ground ball over to second, 4-3 for the putout. And the Indians give up the leadoff home run to make it a 3-1 contest, able to get out of a little bit of a jam there after a nice play by Stone Collier to catch the runner trying to steal third. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're to be the 9-1-2 batters due up for the Indians. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hayden Roberts, Jude Treadaway, and Brock Ware scheduled up here for ICC in the 3rd. It was a solo home run off the bat of Jacob Hill, his 2nd hit of the game that makes it a 3-1 contest as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here. Adam Gore, Dr. Brad Boggs bringing this action here from Fulton. We do thank all those that have tuned in here. A special hello to the members of the ICC family that are watching, and also a hello to those that are watching in support of the Rangers this afternoon. Don't forget, folks, you've got Brian Lentz and Brian Oakley as that pitch in there for a strike 1 here as your SIDs over there at Northwest, or as we like to call them, the Bryans. And got a couple of good guys over there. Be sure and thank them for all the hard work that they do throughout the season, as they've got softball today. As we'll try to check in on that here in a moment. As that pitch in there for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, good pitch right there on the part of Sharp right there. Came right back and just kind of placed that one on the outer half of the plate. And it was an 0-2 count. Then came back right there with that pitch. It was low, not a bad pitch right there on that 0-2 count. Hayden holding up on it, did not take a cut there, so stays alive here. 1-2 count here in the bottom of the 3rd.
That pitch missing low and outside as well. And so now the count evens up at 2-2.
Hayden comes into the game for the Indians, one of the best on-base percentage. He's got 441 on-base percentage. So he does walk a lot. He's going to draw a lot of walks and finds ways to get on base as he chops that one to Short. Short comes up throwing because Hayden's got some speed at him, but that is going to be an error because the throw pulled him off, pulled first baseman off the bag right there. So that's going to be an error on the shortstop. But again, that's kudos to Hayden and that 441 on base percentage I was talking about. He puts the ball in play, finds a way to get on base, and he's done that for the Indians. That's what you want in a 9-hole hitter.
Absolutely. He said that speed really getting the head of the shortstop there. What looked to be a routine play, felt like he had to rush it, and it was an excellent effort over there at first base to try to tag him. But by that time, he was easily on base, so E6 officially going down on the book there on that play. Now back to the top of the lineup here in Jude Treadaway. Treadaway grounded out to the first baseman to start the bottom of the first inning for the Indians. That pitch drifting outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier if you're sharp now because what Treadaway does, he leads the team in batting average with that 341 coming in before that ground out, and his on-base percentage is 404. So that's a good 1-2 combo right there as that breaking pitch does not find the plate right there, and that's 2-0. He also finds a way to get on base, but also can draw some hits in there because Treadaway does have 42 hits coming into the day, leads the team in hits. So a good 1-2 combo if you start the inning off with Hayden Roberts and then Treadaway to follow him there. I don't know how that was ball 3, but it was, so that's a 3-0 count.
I'd already put it down for strike 1 on the board. So 3-0 is the count. So a nice patient at bat here for Treadaway. You imagine the red light will be on here, so Sharp a little shaky to start the bottom of the third here. Is that pitch in there for a strike? Took forever to call it. Like it was up a little bit, but it was called a strike. As Ron Polk says, it's always amazing when you get to 3-0, then all of a sudden you can throw a strike.
You can throw that strike. You can find it. That's ball 4, though. Good at bat right there by Treadaway. Again, knowing what he's facing right there with Roberts at first, no outs. Now you got runners at first and second for the Indians, no outs, and you're bringing up Brock Ware to the plate. So good at bat right there by both guys, Hayden Roberts and Jude Treadaway.
Yeah, Brock's a guy that doesn't intimidate you with his stature, but he can hit for some power because he's got some extremely quick hands that he can get through the strike zone in a hurry here. So he can really change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, that's what you want is those quick hands. That's what we've talked about. Of course, they're kind of playing him. The third base is playing him on the line there in a sense. They're not really playing him. They don't have a shift on him except over there more toward your short second because they're trying to keep the runner held on there. But Brock's going to pull a lot of them majority of the time with his hands, as that's going to be strike 1 count. That one looked outside to me compared to the other one that he missed a while ago. But anyway, Brock does have those quick hands, so I'm sure Sharp's watching that because that inside pitch, if he throws it, those hands will get through the zone. He can pull it and can pull it with some power.
So this time he's going to slash it over the middle. They're going to go to third and get the force out over there. So it will be a fielder's choice for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, good job out there at short there for Northwest to make the adjustment by Jacob Hill there because he was holding the runner on over there because of the left-handed batter with Brock, and so he was holding the runner on, and Brock placed that one out there perfectly, trying to get it in the 6-hole, just couldn't get it. Shortstop Hill made an adjustment over there, gets over there, fields it, and gets the lead runner out.
So with one out, runners at first and second. This is Stone Collier. Looks at a big looping breaking pitch that just falls in the strike zone across the letters for strike 1. Runners at first and second here for the Indians. They trail at 3-1. One out here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 is the count here to Stone Collier. Now they're going to try the pick move, and it's going to get away, and runners will advance, and that is going to be an error.
I don't know what was happening at second. I don't know if they fell asleep or what, but of course, normally one guy's going to advance on that, and the lead runner, because it went straight to center field, folks. It went straight to center field. They're going to come up throwing. Well, Brock saw no one was covering second. You still got two guys out there, your second baseman and shortstop. Nobody's covering second. So he said, well, I'll take it if you're going to give it to me.
A freebie there as Collier hits this one up the middle. It's going to drive in a run. So a productive out there for Collier, and it makes it a one-run contest. 6-3 on the putout of Collier. RBI as that scores Treadaway. And also Ware able to advance to third on the play.
Yeah, it brings up Ben. You know, you cleanup hitter here that you cleanup hitter that wants that you would hope that would drive in this third run, tie this game up.
Davis stands in, takes that first pitch, low and inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. 3-2 is the score. Tying run at third here for the Indians. 2 outs in the inning. Can the Indians find a 2-out hit? Davis trying to spark that here for the Indians to tie it up in the bottom of the third. Breaking pitch, it's a beauty. Snap throw down is not in time. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good job down there to draw the throw, in my opinion, again, because you got the right-handed Ben Davis up at bat. But a good snap throw again on the knees there by the catcher for Northwest.
Big swing and a miss. Nice pitch that was low and away. Davis couldn't hold off on it. 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, took something off that one, Adam. So that's going to run the count to 1-2. Had his timing off and took something off and had him way out in front.
This time pitch in the dirt. Not a bad spot to miss with a pitch to waste after getting the chase the last one. Davis holds off now. 2-2 is the count here to Ben Davis, who is the DH here in game one. So waiting the pitch from Sharp. This one popped up, a flare to the right field. Right fielder, though, is going to be able to run underneath it. It hung up just a little bit too long for the Indians, but ICC does score 1 hit on 2 errors, or excuse me, 1 run on no hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take the timeout. Be back with the 4th inning right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the top of the 4th inning, ICC was able to plant a run there in the bottom half of the inning to make it a 3-2 score here, as now it will be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Rangers, and it'll be Roncalli to start us off here. He rounded out to second in his only plate appearance so far, and boy, I tell you what, he was trying to park that one at my house. He took such a big swing.
Well, they had him out in front, so it was a good pitch right there. He was way out in front of that pitch and had his timing off as well. So, but you're right, he had a healthy cut at it.
Fastball missing low inside. 1-1 now is the count here to Roncalli. Still Borden on the hill here for the Indians.
Yeah, you see 4 hits, Northwest, 2 out of Wamba, but those errors have hurt Northwest thus far because they got 2-1 right now. That pitch is driven out in the gap right there, but good job out there by Brock Ware. Make the adjustment and get the out there, first out of the inning.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy out for Brock as he was staring back into the sun on a line drive. Was able to reel that one in for out number 1. And now this will bring up Levi Lang. He is the DH. He singled, stole a base, but was a race on the fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. So he'll dig in with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Curveball that he just couldn't quite pull the string on, hangs up outside. 1-0 is the count. Winds start to pick up a little bit here at the ballpark as That pitch missing high, 2-0 now is the count. Actually blowing into the ballpark, and for the most part, blowing into the screen right, if you will, for those that are watching. Obviously, I'm talking to those that are watching because if anybody's here at the ballpark watching it, you're not listening to me.
It could be.
Could be. So that pitch missing 3-0 now is the count here to Lang, and Borden wants a new ball. So 3-0 now is the count. Imagine Lane will probably be holding off here. So Borden set to deliver. And that pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th. This pitch fouled back, and now the count goes full at 3-2.
Yeah, good job by Borden to battle back and run the count to full. Now's the big time. Don't lose him here. Let's go ahead and let your defense play behind you, get an out, or either that or get the big K here or one or the other.
Borden didn't like that ball either, so he wants to switch out another one with a 3-2 count here to Lang. As we mentioned, singled in his only appearance so far. And he gets him to pop this one up. Could be trouble. Now Ware calls everyone off and makes the play. Long ranging running catch there by Ware, his second out that he has collected this inning.
James Smith.
And now this will be James Smith coming to the plate with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, well-placed pitch there, and a good job by Borden to kind of battle back and stay in that and get that second out there. But well-placed pitch, all he could do was pop it up to the right side here and shallow right field, and ICC able to get the out as that breaking pitch right there from Borden comes in there on Smith, strike 1.
Smith reached on a fielder's choice back in the second, but was left stranded as that pitch hangs up outside. 1-1 now is the count. 3-2 is your score. We're in the top of the 4th inning, game 1 between ICC and the Rangers of Northwest. That pitch in there for a strike.
Wow, what's some movement on that one, I'm telling you, because movement came in. It was like the movement on that ball was fixing to come inside, basically up on the letters there of Smith, and kind of held him off, and then that ball just kind of jutted back out. So excellent movement. Then on this pitch, you got him to pop up, I guess, to, again, Brock Ware, who said, whoopsie.
Nope, dropped it.
So Brock was able to get the first 2 of the inning and drew the error on that one. That sun's tough out there, Adam.
It is, and he almost caught it after it because he thought he had overran it for a second, had to stop, and then tried to, I guess, catch it in his breadbasket after he realized that he kind of ran up a little bit too tight on it, popped out of his glove, nearly made the barehanded catch to get out of it, but instead that will drop for an error on the outfielder, and that's going to be the second error of the game now for the Indians. And Smith did exactly what you're coached to do, run until you see the final out, and he was able to get to second on that error.
In scoring position, of course, for the Indians, you hope that error doesn't come back to haunt you. As that strike 1 to Pearson, because, like you say, Smith did his job and is now sitting there, and all it takes is a hit in the outfield, probably drop one down there, and Northwest can go up 4-2.
So the first pitch finds the corner for a strike. They're going to look the runner back to second. As we said, Northwest likes to be aggressive on the bases. They've got 3 steals so far, and they were caught stealing on another attempt. So 4 times they've tried to steal bases here through the first 3 2/3 innings of play. Breaking pitch that just hangs up outside. 1-1 now is the count. This is Pearson, who's playing second at the plate. He flew out to center in his only appearance so far. 1-1 is the count. Borden's pitch popped up. Shortstop shielding his eyes, looking for the ball, and the second baseman, though, finds it and makes the out. So I don't know if he called him off and recorded the out, but an adventurous out number 3 there for the Indians as they get out of the inning with no damage done. 3-1 is your score. To be McCray, Rock, and Settlemyers due up in the bottom of the 4th when we come back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, and you can eat them anywhere.
Wow, they're packed with cheese and pepperoni.
Keep those hands at 10 and 2. Check your blind spot.
Take delicious Little Caesars Crazy Puffs anywhere for the incredible price of only $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action as we head now to the bottom of the fourth inning. A real quick Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. After one complete, 0-0 between ICC and Northwest in softball. Both teams trading a 3-up, 3-down inning there to start that contest. ICC softball trying to keep their playoff hopes alive today with a sweep. Of course, now if it were to end the series, they would be in the playoffs, but 8 games left to play for the Indians. That pitch fouled off and out of play. And there's still 6 teams in the chase for those final 4 spots in the playoffs for softball. So need to go on the road, take care of business this afternoon, Brad.
Yeah, definitely. You're down to the nitty-gritty. Is that strike 2 there on Dre and fouled that one off. He fouled the first pitch off, so going to have him guessing here, I'm sure. Of course, Dre's seen him and singled his first at bat, but yeah, if you're ICC, if you're the softball team, you got a battle here. You got a tough week ahead of you with the 3 games, as that's ball 1, and got a remake here with Southwest. You know, we had to replay that game, and so that one's going to be played Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And then they turn around Saturday and they got to play Jones.
Yeah.
So tough week, you know, in a sense, but also a week where they can make some ground. As that's strike 3 on that breaking pitch. Throw down the first, gets him out, and so Indians hoping to get one of those playoff spots, and we'll see by Sunday we should know.
Absolutely. So 2-3 on the putout after the pitch was dropped there, and now this will be Bo Rock coming to the plate. Rock grounded out to the first baseman in his only appearance so far. Sharp getting set to deliver the pitch, and that was a curveball that probably Sharp held his breath on there for a second, because if Bo would have timed that one up, well, he would have interrupted spring practice in football.
Yeah, Bo's out in front of that one big time, and just had him well out in front. But you're right, one that Sharp hung up there in the zone, and Bo probably wishes he had back. But 0-2 count, and he fouled the second one back.
That pitch in the dirt, 1-2 is the count. Not a bad spot to miss there by Scott Sharp. He has scattered 2 hits so far in the contest, has given up 2 runs. So we talked about those errors really haunting the Rangers. ICC's kind of been able to battle around them, as that's going to be a ground ball and right back over to first base, kind of a carbon copy of what he did in his first at bat. Now there's 2 away.
You're exactly right, yeah. Just like you say, about exactly the same. He just kind of gets a piece of it and chops it to first, and kind of a dribbler down there, and first baseman fields it clean and able to step on the bag and get the second out of the inning.
And this will be Settlemyers at the plate, as that first pitch in there for a strike. He had an RBI single to left in his only appearance so far. That was back in the second inning. As that one's going to be a hard hopper, but the third baseman steals back, finds it, throws it across. Nice stretch at first to get the out, and that's going to be a 3-up, 3-down really quick bottom of the fourth inning there for the Indians. Neither team could add runs in the fourth. 3-2, still your score. Want to take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the fifth inning. Neither team could put a run on the board there in the fourth. Brad, your thoughts so far here on the contest?
Again, errors right now it's becoming I don't want to say sloppy game, but there's been errors that have taken place on both sides that have helped both sides. Pitching performance hasn't been real terrible on either end. With Bourdon giving up that big home run there in the top of the third was, and then of course the start out by Hill and Greer, and I think that's what ICC is going to look at right here in this continue as we go in this game is that number one, number two hitter right there coming in right now. They're hot. They got speed, and right now they're getting it done for Northwest. And so ICC's just we're not able to put the hits together right now. Just a two hitter that Sharp is throwing for Northwest, so he's throwing a good game. It's those two errors that really have hurt him and caused the game to be where it really is at a 3-2 matchup.
9-1-2 batters due up here. Hayes Davis, Jacob Hill, and Greer scheduled up for the Rangers here in the top of the fifth. Davis struck out as he fouls this one back for strike one. He struck out but was put out 2-3 on the play.
Yeah, Davis couldn't get out ahead of that one enough quickly, and it just kind of fouled it backwards. So 0-1 count. Good pitch by Bourdon.
So the 0-1 pitch coming here, and this one jams him, and it comes a foul off his foot. And 0-2 now is the count as the home plate umpire will carry the ball out to Borden and kind of talk to Collier for a second and give Davis a chance to walk it off.
Yeah, Bourdon had a fastball, came back with change right there, changeup, good changeup, which had Davis well out in front right there, just able to get a piece of it. And like you said, it kind of fouled off his foot. So good 1-2 pitch right there by Bourdon with an 0-2 count.
That breaking pitch in there for strike three. Beautiful Renaissance Bank strikeout there, second of the game, and second time Davis has been a strikeout victim. Renaissance Bank, find out what's next by visiting renaissancebank.com. And what's next right now for the Rangers is a red-hot bat and Jacob Hill. 2 for 2 today. A single, a stolen base, and a run scored in his first at-bat. And then a solo home run in his most recent at-bat. This time he shows bunt, takes that pitch high and outside for a ball.
This is unreal. Now, I know you mentioned this, but ICC has 32 stolen bases on the year as a team.
Correct.
Hill has 35. Greer has 24. Martin has 28.
That's a lot of stolen bases just for three dudes. 2-0 is the count. Hard hit ball is going to go foul. 2-1 now is the count, but that's what Northwest has always been. When Northwest is coming to town, go ahead and call the cops because there's going to be some thievery around the bases.
I'm telling you, again, that's where I go back to those 1-2 hitters. You got Hill right here, again, leads the team with stolen bases at 35. Coming in behind him, you got Greer, more speed, 24 stolen bases. And then coming behind Greer is Martin, who has 28 stolen bases. The speed doesn't stop with your 1-2-3 hitters. If they put it in play and get on base, ICC is going to be looking at hey, look, we've got to find a way to keep them off base. That's going to be the key right now, it looks like, to victory. If we can come back and win this game, we're going to have to keep those three guys off the base paths.
2-2 now is the count here to Jacob Hill. Borden getting set to deliver the pitch with nobody on base and one out. Pitch missing low, not a bad spot to miss, but a good job there by Hill to hang off on that one. So the count goes full here to Hill. Awaiting the pitch. This one tattooed, and it's going to drop for another base hit, and Jacob Hill just stays red hot.
Yeah, good line shot, good piece of hitting right there. And again, Hill 3 for 3 on the day right there. Home run, 2 singles, and 1 out. So, now you're Bordon. And that's what's going to mess with a pitcher's head in a sense, and as any of us. But you're out there and all right, now I got him at first with 35 stolen bases and 36 actually because he stole one in the first inning. My apologies. And I got to try to hold him on and throw strikes, as he does, though. Got an 0-1 count here on Greer.
Yeah, got a very generous call there on strike one. And now they're going to just soft toss it over to first to make Hill know that, hey, we're going to try to keep you honest over there. And so with 1 out in the inning, a runner at first, Rangers trying to build on this 3-2 lead here in the top of the 5th. This game's scheduled for 9. As this pitch popped up, fouled out of play. 0-2 now is the count here to Cade Greer.
Yeah, kudos to Bordon there, though, coming out and getting ahead 0-2 on Greer, because Greer's been a tough out too, and he's always, again, his average is 415 coming in today, and he gets the big K right there, keeps him off base. Now you got the second out of the inning. That was huge by Bordon right there. That guy stepped up. Bordon did an excellent job right there, stepping up, getting that big out right there, and keeping him off the base path. 2 outs, Adam.
Third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Borden, his second of the inning. And now this is going to be Peyton Martin coming to the plate. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. He's also got a sacrifice fly. Hard hit ball to Morris over at third to throw across the way. And the Indians get out of the inning with no damage done there. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, but before we do that, let's take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, including Renaissance Bank, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not going to believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning for ICC. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up. Jarrett Morris, Hayden Roberts, and then back to the top part of the lineup with Jude Treadaway. Well, these umpires getting paid by the minute because we've got a lot of time in between the innings. Don't normally have this much time between innings.
No, and again, if you're Coach Carson over there for Northwest, Sharp's done his job, thus far up until today, right now at this point, coming into the bottom of the 5th. So you still got to feel good about him being on the mound. And, we're here late in the season or getting late. We are late in the season as far as regular season play. And, Sharp does have 3 complete games to his credit this year. Not saying that he'll go the distance today, I don't know. But, again, you got to like what you've seen out of Sharp as Jarrett Morris swings through that pitch for strike 1.
Morris grounded out 5-3 to end the second. Recorded the last out of the top part of the inning, trying to spark the bats for the Indians. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 0-2 now is the count. ICC with only 2 hits so far, but they do have 2 runs to show for those 2 hits and along with those 2 errors.
Good pitch.
And beautiful pitch there. It's just had him guessing the whole time at that at-bat. That's going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout And that is going to be the second of the game there for Sharp.
Number 24, Hayden Roberts.
Yeah, good job of calling pitches right there, whomever that was, whether it's Coach Carson in the dugout or a mixture of Sharp and his catcher. But, again, excellent job of calling pitches and knowing what to throw, where to throw it, and then coming back right here with a nasty breaking pitch on a 0-0 count. Takes it to 0-1 to Hayden Roberts.
Yeah, if you're Roberts, you just tip your cap and say good pitch, as that was a thing of beauty there on that breaking pitch, and goes with it again this time, though. Hangs up for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Hayden Roberts. He reached on an error by the shortstop in his only at-bat so far. So that pitch outside. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the 5th, game 1 between ICC and Northwest. That pitch missing low and outside. 3-1 now is the count here to Roberts. Nice job by Hayden after not being confused by that wicked curveball to come back and force the count to go 3-1. And there was a big swing and a miss. Pulled his head out of that one. He was trying to see where it landed before he got there. Now the count goes full at 3-2.
Yeah, sitting out there pretty. It's all what he liked, and you got to stay in there with it. You got to keep those shoulders in, and that hit on the ball, and just pulled out with it. Got a full count. Does draw the walk. That's big for ICC. Again, I go back to that combo that I'm talking about. Of course, we spoke briefly in the last inning about your Hill Greer Martin combo there. As far, well, I say combo, your trio there. Thank you. Still Hill Greer right there being at the top. This is kind of where ICC, and they'll do some damage and can 1 out, and then you got your Roberts, and then go back to the top lineup with Treadaway.
Treadaway swings on the first pitch he sees. First baseman is going to grab it in foul territory. Big time break there for the Indians.
Yeah, it just was kind of pulled foul there. It was on the line for a little bit. First baseman over there for Northwest, which was Davis, did an excellent job, but just couldn't catch it in fair territory. He would have easily got the out. As far as that would have kept Treadaway out, and that would at least got 2 outs in the inning, but just went foul. So Treadaway still alive.
Yeah, you got to cash in on this second opportunity here during this at-bat.
Hayden goes.
And there's a line drive right to the second baseman, and that will turn into a Little Caesars double play to end the inning. So you almost wanted the previous result versus that result there. So the Indians go quietly with an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning thanks to the Little Caesars double play. Let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza. Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahota, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best story here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the 6th. ICC trailing the number 12 team in the country, 3-2 here in the Northwest Rangers. You just saw that commercial there, folks. That's Pernell McPhee. We inducted him into the MACCC Conference Sports Hall of Fame last night. It was great to hang out with Pernell and his family and very special moment there for Purnell and the ICC family.
Yeah, it was an excellent night, great night, and good to see Purnell back here in the area. He's come back a lot, but good to see him back where we could honor him and all he did for Etowah Community College, as well as and beyond. So he made a name for himself here quickly at ICC, playing football, defensive side of the ball, as that's ball one right there. 1 year of high school football, Adam.
Yes.
1 year of high school football, and that gentleman did what he did. He was also recruited by other teams, too. He wasn't just Southern Miss recruited him out of high school. That one's turned on and smoked by Leatherwood, and that's going to be a single in the 6-hole right there. But, again, it was good to see his family. They came back. And also finding out, and I know you're happy about this. This is what makes you really happy about Purnell is he's getting a job, or today is they're ironing out the details of him being an assistant coach at University of Michigan.
Yes.
The Wolverines.
The Wolverines. I told him, I was like, P, I love you, but sorry, the Notre Dame fan in me just can't pull for you up there. And he got a pretty good laugh out of it, thank goodness, as there's going to be a throwdown, and that's got him.
Yeah, runner went right there. That was Leatherwood who went on the pitch right there. It was a hit and run because Ron Colley took a swing at it. It was an inside pitch. So all he could do was just basically wave at it. So it was a hit and run play. The hit and run was on. It just did not wasn't able to be executed. Great pitch by Bordon, 0-1 count.
Second time today, Collier has thrown out a Ranger trying to still end the contest. That pitch outside, 1-1 now, is the count. But yeah, you can, hopefully I'll have that edited tomorrow. We'll have those comments from Purnell, him getting the Hall of Fame award, and then other photos and stories and more. So that one's a beautiful stop. Throw across the ray is not in time.
Yeah, Jarrett did a great job, as we've talked about all year over there, of making the driving stop over there, and did at third, but just kind of airmailed the throw over to first, and there was no chance at all of Bo Rock and Jackson Settlemyers, and Bo Rock and Jackson Settlemyers and Jude Treadaway shouldered, standing on top of each other to catch that one. That was how high it was. So excellent play, though, because had that gotten in the outfield, Adam, that could have been real trouble. Even though the runner was at second, it still could have even produced a triple right there.
That pitch high and outside, as this is Levi Lang at the plate. He flew out to right, and his last at bat had a single solo base, but was erased on a fielder's choice back in the second. Yeah, that's a growing situation there for Morris to understand that he had a little bit more time than he did to throw the ball, but still needed a rush. But one of those, he could have took a half a breath and made that play. Yeah,
it's difficult down there, especially when you get on the ground and you dove and you got the ball and you got to pop up, and that's where you got to bring that together. And like you say, it's a learning moment as that one's fouled back here into the netting. Learning moment for him that I'm sure will help him grow even more into next year. He's been a standout defensive player so far at third for ICC this year, and that's just one of those moments, like you say, that's going to help him and even improve next year.
So 1-1 now is the count here to Levi Lang. He's the DH here in game one. Runner takes his lead now, steps back a little bit, swings, fouls that one off. 1-2 now is the count. Let's check in on softball, as they have played 3 up in Senatobia. It's still scoreless between ICC and Northwest. Big game there, big doubleheader, as a positioning for playoffs could be up in the air with that doubleheader. 1-2 now is the count. Lang awaiting the pitch. That pitch outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, and as I was telling Purnell last night, we were talking with him, Adam, and I know this makes you even happier, is he joins another ICC alum who we inducted into the Mississippi MACC Hall of Fame at University of Michigan, as that breaking pitch does not catch the corner, runs at the full. Dr. Keitra Armstrong, who played basketball at Etowah with ladies basketball, she is a professor up there. And I was telling Purnell, need to look her up. He was wanting to when he gets up there. That's two Michigan players, 2 Michigan folks we got here.
Yes, as this pitch runs inside, and that's going to be ball 4. And that is going to be the first walk of the day for Borden But yeah, I sent Purnell her contact information. He said he's excited to find the more ICC family members and get in touch with them. And of course, Coach Deidre or Miss Armstrong is outstanding, and it'd be a great connection there for Purnell. Especially when it comes to learning the ropes of Michigan. I don't know why anybody want to do that. But
that's that Irish in you, the Notre Dame Irish right there.
Is that pitch missing inside for a ball? And I jokingly told Purnell, look, I was like, I didn't like Florida State, but now we got Atkins and Fertitta down there coaching. And it's like, as long as you don't play Notre Dame, I'll pull for you. And that pitch was hammered but pulled foul, and that even up the count now at 1-1.
Yeah, and again, of course, nights like that, it's also good that we get to see folks coming back, and we saw Coach Gray, Coach Kerry Ball Williamson, got to see them again. They came down to honor and support, which they're on the committees for the MACCC, but honor and support Purnell. And as this pitch comes in, that was outside, 2 balls. But Coach Ball was the athletic director when Purnell was a player here. Remembered Purnell very, very, just really remembered him vividly and his time here. Purnell also made visits to, got to see Dr. Seegers and Mrs. Seegers here, Mr. Seeger, excuse me. Visited with them. They were supporters of him, as well as Dr. Bronson Prohaska.
Yep, absolutely. As the count goes 2-1. Quick, funny story about Purnell and Coach Williams as this ball is popped up. Right fielder shading his eyes, looking for it, and then adjust to find it for out number 2. But to go back to that story, Purnell used to host a camp. And Purnell and I, we knew each other, but we hadn't seen each other in a while, so he kind of forgot who I was. And so I go out there to interview him. I was like, I'm with ICC. And he's like, oh, man, I ain't got time. I got to do this camp. And I was like, okay, well, Coach Ball said if you would, and he goes, oh, you know Coach Ball? And I was like, yeah. He goes, man, what you need?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And he also had a chance to FaceTime Buddy Collins, somebody that he had a lot of respect for. As he said after his time here, he said he was, to quote unquote, scared to death of that man. He said, but he said that's what he needed in life at that time, was that type of guidance in his life as that pitch goes for a strike.
And they look the runner back to second. And that's good. Dr. Collins, good guy, and excellent work that he did. And I know he enjoyed the students and enjoyed all the students and student athletes and supporting them and helping them along the way, and did a fantastic job as that's ball 1.
Close.
Yeah, close there, but could not draw the call from the umpire here. But all community colleges last night inducted someone as well, that was a representative of their athletic, as that one's fouled back, their athletic programs that they chose to induct. And it's always a big night every year. We do it once a year. It's always the end of April. And enjoy going down there and meeting all these folks and seeing them again, but as well as seeing who comes back and gets inducted, and former presidents and all that are down there. So it's just a great night, and Dr. Nettles and staff do an excellent job as the runner goes from second, but they get the cake.
Big swing and a miss there for strike 3 to end the inning. That is the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Matt Borden. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, where it'll be Ware, Collier, and Davis due up. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Keep watching.
Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the sixth
Number
inning.
9, Brock Ware.
3-2 is your score. Ware, Collier, and Davis. And Brad, an ideal spot for the Indians to see if they can make a move here and tie up this game or maybe even take their first lead of the afternoon.
Yeah, had a big inning. Is that breaking pitch right there is taken by Brock Ware for strike one, but they definitely need to find a way to get some definitely need to get some hits on the board here. You only get 2 steals, so great job by Sharp, but they need to find a way to get some base runners. That one swung on when the hands come through, but popped up by Brock Ware. He's going to run it out, but it flies out to center field.
Second time today he's been retired by the center fielder. 1 out now in the inning, and this is going to bring up Stone Collier. He grounded out to short, but pushed across a run in his last at-bat. That was in the 3rd inning, and he also popped up to the third baseman to end the first. So with 1 out and nobody on, Collier trying to spark the bats of the Indians. That pitch runs inside and called a strike.
Yeah, couldn't hold back on that one, and probably going to be a strike anyway where it was placed. So whether he held back or not, but looks like he went around too. So anyway, strike one. That's ball one right there. Comes in close, but must have been low, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, 1-1 count.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here for the Indians, trailing 3-2. As that pitch missing low, 2-1 now is the count. So we mentioned the Indians with only 2 hits, 6 for the Rangers. So ICC trying to spark the bats here in the bottom of the 6th. Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings. As that pitch missing, 3-1 now is the count.
Those got to be low. I don't know. I mean, I can't figure it out. Again, I know we're up here, and we're not that high up here, though. But they got to be low. But it's good for ICC. Again, 3-1 count to Stone.
That pitch outside, and Collier draws a 1-out walk here, representing the tying run as he'll head down to first. And now this will be Ben Davis coming to the plate. Ben 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to third and a fly out to right to end the 3rd inning. So looking to redeem himself here. And so Davis will dig in.
Big breaking pitch right there that he holds off on. Again, those are one of those if you got to be careful with. Leave that thing hanging up there. You got it. And, of course, Ben held off on it. It's going to be an 0-1 count.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to that big looping curveball often, but when he does, he can throw it for a strike. 1-1 is the count.
Yeah, so good eye there to take the ball right there. So, again, we're going to run it first with Stone here, and 1 out.
So Davis awaiting the pitch. Rips this one. It's going to get through for a base hit. That's what the Indians needed there. That's actually their first hit since the 2nd inning.
Number 25, Dre McCray.
And so now the Indians will have runners at first and second. And McCray coming to the dish here for the Indians.
Yeah, that's big for ICC right there. Now you got runners. I got a runner in scoring position. Chance to tie it up here with 1 out.
Breaking pitch just at the knees, clips the corner.
I was ready to call that one a ball because he normally calls it a ball. Yep. But, again, what do I know? I'm sitting up here. He's down there. So, strike one, 0-1 count to
McCray at the plate. Dangerous batter here. Did he prove me right? Yes, he did. 3-run home run off the bat of Dre McCray. Well, I like Dre because anybody that makes me know that I know what I'm talking about. as he, right on cue, tattoos that 3-run home run. That's a big at bat right there and a big swing of the bat. 3-run home run by Dre.
And Dre's been swinging a hot bat lately. I mean, really has. He started out the season just wasn't very hot on it, but man, he heated up, and we knew he could do it. We've seen him do it. Saw him do it last season, and been swinging a very hot bat. Drives in 3 runs right there. As that's Bo Rock up the plate, takes strike 1.
Wow!
And that's going to put the Indians ahead 5-3.
So now Rock will come to the dish. A very generous strike 1 call, and maybe a makeup call there as that one called a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, first real damage ICC's done at the plate in a sense to Sharp. You know, because like I said, they had 2 hits and then 3, and then of course now you got 4 with Ben got that 3rd hit of the inning, this inning, or 3rd hit of the game, in this inning, and then of course Dre got the 4th right there. So ICC came into the 6th with only 2, and here they go, and they've done some damage.
First time today they've had back-to-back hits as well. 2-1 pitch and just swinging through that one. 2-2 now is the count here to Bo Rock. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on after that 3-run home run off the bat of McRae. Bo hammers this one right at the second baseman. Hit it so hard he bobbled it, but was able to recover and get the out for the 2nd out of the inning. That was ripped, but kind of just been the story for Bo this year. He's playing Atom ball, and second baseman did a good job of holding on to that one and getting the out.
Yeah, you're right. He hit it right at him. Wasn't able to find that hole over there in between first and second, so was hit solid, but second baseman stayed in front, made a good play to get the out. As this is Settlemyers up, swings at that first pitch, that curveball out in front of it, and chops it foul.
So 0-1 is the count here to Settlemyers. He's 1 for 2 on the day, a single and an RBI, and grounded out 5-3 to end the 4th, looking to redeem himself and not end the 6th here. That pitch runs inside, nearly hits him. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on here. ICC with their first lead of the afternoon, 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. This pitch tattooed, and that one's gone. If it stays fair, yes, it does.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's textbook getting your hands out in front quick. That pitch was on the inside, inner half of the plate right there, and Settlemyers was able, that's those quick hands, and he comes through and gets that bat out there and those hands out in front, and it was a no-doubter off the bat. Like you say, it was only a matter of whether it stayed fair or not, and it did. It was well to the right there of the foul pole. Indians doing some damage here in the 6th inning here. That puts their 6th run on the board for the Indians here. And that's a 6-3 ball game now for ICC.
And that's going to call a quick conversation out to the mound here. A slow stroll here as we'll take a break and see if there's any changes and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Welcome back as no changes made there, and this will be Jarrett Morris now coming to the plate. Indians, a big inning here. They've put 4 runs on the board. Four runs on the board.
Yeah, big breaking pitch right there on to come out to get the first strike there on Jarrett. So comes in with that, and 0-1 count. 2 outs here in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th as that one does not find the corner. 1-1 count here. Like you said, Adam, Indians have come in here in the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th, put 3 hits on the board, 2 of those being home runs, which gets the Indians 4 runs this inning.
So the 1-1 pitch coming here to Morris. Fouls this one off. 1-2 now is the count. Jarrett 0 for 2 today as he struck out swinging to start the third. Grounded out 5-3 to end the second. So trying to redeem himself here and not end the sixth as ICC leads it 6-3 now. There's a shot up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit.
Yeah, well placed right there. Good job by Morris to send it back to where it came from, up the middle. Draws the single there. That's going to bring up Roberts now back at the bottom of the lineup. But, again, as I've always said, Roberts kind of serves as that leadoff batter too. So you can kind of have him a double up right there in a sense of position of where you have him. So he's just a good 9-hole hitter for the Indians. 2 outs, though, still here in the bottom of the sixth. Umpire saying something toward the dugout of the ICC. I'm not sure what he said.
Not really sure what was going on there, but this will be Hayden Roberts, the 8th batter of the inning here for the Indians. Swings the first pitch he sees. Routine roller to the second baseman. Scoops it up, throws it over in time for the putout. But not before the Indians can hang 4 runs on the board on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. It was a 3-run home run off the bat of Dre McCray, and then a solo home run by Jackson Settlemyers. Indians leading the number 12 team in the country 6-3 after 6 complete. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 7th inning. ICC puts 4 on the board as we're apparently going to have a change coming in here. It was a 3-run home run by Dre McCray and a solo home run by Jackson Settlemyers.
You can see that Dre's in right field now. I do see that.
So a new batter in the field for Northeast. This is going to be number 3, Jenkins, coming into bat. And, Brad, you mentioned McCray is now out there in right field.
Yeah, and I don't know where the other change is, but
I'll see if it's on Game Changer here. So you've got Wood coming in left field.
Okay, Luke Wood.
Luke Wood is in left field now.
Squares around here, Jenkins does, and pulled back. That's ball 1.
So while I'm at Game Changer, I'll also give you a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. It's 1-0 ICC leading Northwest in softball. That's in the bottom of the 5th, Game 1. That pitch high for a ball, 2-0 now, is going to be the count here for Jenkins. Jenkins batting in place of Hayes Davis, who was twice a strikeout victim here for Borden. As this pitch popped up a mile high, Rock calling everyone off and will make the play for out number 1. Boy, that was a major league pop-up there.
Yeah, definitely got under it. Jenkins did. That was his first at bat of the day, and that gets
Number 2,
Northwest back to the top of the lineup where they want to be to to try to get back into this game here with Hill, who's had the hot day at him.
That was an important out. You don't want anybody on base in front of Hill, as he has been outstanding. And he's going to try to bunt for a hit there, but it goes foul for strike one. 3 for 3 on the day. He's got a couple of singles. He has a solo home run as well. He scored 2 runs, has an RBI, and stolen a base. Busy day here in game one.
Absolutely. And, again, trying to lay the bunt down, got the speed to do it, and just pushed it foul as he takes strike 2 right there. Bourdon took something off of that, and 0-2 count here on Hill. If you get this guy out, that would be huge for ICC.
So the 0-2 pitch coming, set up on the outside. Good eye on the part of Hill to not chase that one. 1-2 now is the count here on the shortstop Hill. We're in the top of the 7th inning. This game's scheduled for 9. And that one is ripped, and it's going to go. Nope, foul ball. Boy, big break there.
I'm telling you, that one just went foul. It just kept hooking around there. And luckily for ICC, that one did go foul, because by the time it hit the grass out there, Hill was already halfway to second.
So a big-time break there for the Indians, as we'll come back and do it all over again. Yeah, that would have been an easy triple for Hill. And I like the fact that, that dude, when he starts running, when he gets out of the box, he's out of it in a hurry. So 1-2 now is the count here to Hill. And did we just get some sort of warning?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
As he looked at us and then pointed at the third base dugout, which is the ICC dugout.
I don't know. I think I dozed off for a minute, Adam. I apologize.
Well, as did I, as that pitch missing inside. 2-2 now is the count. Usually, if you give somebody a warning, usually Rick's going to come out and find out what it's about. So I don't know if that was it.
Yeah, I don't
think it
know.
was. Let's just say it was.
Okay.
Let's just say he was like.
Well, that one smoked.
As that one gets through for another base hit for Hill.
Yeah, Hill turned on that one again, found it in between short and third there, and he's played that side of the field all day with his hits. And so continues his
16,
day where, he has been on Bourdon all day. And just Bourdon probably hates to see him come back up to the plate. But one out, and that does put the Indians in a little bit of a jam here, and Northwest in a good position as that's ball 1 to Greer. Again, that 1-2 combo that I've been talking about.
And so that first pitch for a ball. Greer to the plate, struck out his last time up, was hit by a pitch, but was caught stealing as that pitch missing low and inside. 2-0 now is the count. And then he also singled, stole a base, and scored a run back in a 2-run first inning for the Rangers. And it looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound here by Coach McCrory. So quick timeout here. Back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
Welcome back. As the extended conversation going on here, the Indians do have someone getting loose in the bullpen, but Brad, since we do have a break in the action, we want to say a congratulations to the men's tennis team. They finished runners-up in the Region 23 tournament down at Jones, and they advanced to the national tournament down in Plano, Texas. That will be May 13th through the 17th that the Indians will be battling for that national championship there. First runner-up finish for Coach Metz and his Indians. Now, they have advanced to the region tournament with a third-place finish before, but that second-place finish, that's got to be extra special there for Coach Metz. Foul ball, strike 1.
Yeah, definitely. Had a great season, and the ladies' team had a great season as well. Men had an opportunity to win the Region 23 and went into the final day of it there of the tournament and just couldn't pull it out. But throw over to first, again, nothing there. But good job by Coach Metz and the men's tennis team to advance, get where they have gotten, and look forward to seeing how they perform out in Plano, Texas, as Hill runs and gets a great jump as he normally does. I mean, when you've got 35 coming in today, 36 from the first inning, and now you got 37, why not?
Yeah, send him.
I mean, I would.
I'd send him right now.
I'm telling you. I mean, he has got some speed, and what a day that young man is having, I'm going to tell you.
The pitch was high for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. That one outside, ball 4. And that is going to send Greer down to first. I want to say that's the first walk. It is. No, second walk of the day.
Number 8, Peyton Martin.
And so now this will bring Martin to the dish. And he represents the tying run here for the Rangers in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, kind of in a little trouble here. And, again, I mentioned that when ICC got the first out there, that fly out. Oh, my goodness.
And that was popped straight up, and
he
can't find it. Now he does. Maybe he was just trying to deke the runners a little bit to get them to go out, but that was Luke Wood who came into play.
he acted, played it off well. I mean, threw his hands out like I don't know where in the world this thing is. And he may have really not. He may have just found it there at the end. But I'm going to tell you, Peyton Martin just missed one right there, and I mean just missed one. He turned on it. Luckily for ICC, it stayed in the park there, second out of the inning.
So now this will be Leatherwood, who singled but was caught trying to steal second. And his last at bat, that was in the 6th inning, as looks the runner back to second.
Rightfully so. Again, you got Hill over there at second, and who has 2 stolen bases on the day. We just got through talking about him. So Bourdon's got some attention on him.
So this pitch foul back, and that'll be strike 1 here to Cade Leatherwood, who is 1 for 2 on the day. A single, grounded out to second. He also had a sacrifice fly with the RBI back in the 1st.
Runners go.
A little hit and run action there, and it's going to be one play, and it's over to first. He gets in time. A nice play there by Morris to end the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. ICC leading it 6-3, as it'll be the 1-2-3 batters due up for the Indians. Treadaway, Ware, and Collier when we come back here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back as we got a Guaranteed Bank call to the bullpen here, and trying to double confirm the number, as it looks like it's going to be number 4, Cy Craig, coming in to pitch here. He's listed as an outfielder, is the reason why we're questioning that, but as we'll try to check out maybe some Samstown market stats here in a moment on Craig. But 6-3 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Due up for the Indians to be the 1-2-3 batters, Jude Treadaway, Brock Ware, and Stone Collier due up here. And Brad, as you scan over those stats real quick, see if Craig has pitched any this year, and he apparently has, so he will be entering in here in relief. But, man, the Indians would love to pick up some insurance runs here playing against the number 12 team in the country. They don't get there by mistake, and ICC looking for their second upset of the year over a ranked team.
Yeah, Cy Craig is listed as an outfielder, as you mentioned. He's from Jackson and played at Jackson Prep. Does have his 7th appearance on the year. He's a left-hander. So another lefty for coming in to face ICC, as that first pitch is strike 1 in there to Treadaway. And 13 in the third innings pitch, giving up 23 hits, got a 1-1 record, 12 runs, 3 base on balls, and 9 Ks as Treadaway lines that one to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbled it and missed it. So that's going to be an error.
And that's been one of the things that have kind of hurt Northwest today. That is their third error, but when you look at the board,
he should have caught that one.
Yeah, they should have caught that one, so that one will go for an error. But it's also 3 errors on the Indians today, so it's not been clean baseball on either side of the board today. And so now with 1 on and no outs, this is a new batter at the plate here, and it's going to be Wood. He's going to lay down the sacrifice bunt. Throw over to first is in time, and perfectly executed play there by Luke Wood.
Yeah, it's a good sacrifice there by Luke Wood to advance the runner Treadaway over. Treadaway, again, reached on that error, and so ICC now with 1 out has runner in scoring position. That is Treadaway and Stone Collier.
That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC Wesley Foundation, located right across the street from the Davis Event Center. They also run the concession stand here at baseball. Is that pitch missing for ball 1? And you know, it's a special concession stand when they have special items made for special people. They have a jar of pickles in the concession stand that says Laney's Pickles, leave them alone. And she's got 2 left, she said, and there's only 1 doubleheader left on the season as they go for the play at third. And Brad, probably one of those the Indians should have not been running on there. And
I don't get it, man. You talked about it earlier in the year, and again, what we're talking about there is the ball was hit to the shortstop. Look, and that's why I guess Coach Collier's, man, I would be, but now I think Coach is actually saying something to the umpire. But personally, again, ball hit in front, hitting shortstop, you freeze, you don't run on it. Luke Wood took off. And so they threw to third, got the out, got the lead runner out. That's the second out of the inning. Stone does reach on the fielder's choice. Popped up, so that's going to be the third out of the inning.
Davis flies this one to left field, and the left fielder will camp underneath it. Uneventful inning there after they started off the inning with the error, as ICC will lead it 6-3 after 7 complete. We're playing 9 here in Game 1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top
Number
of the
6,
8th inning.
Matthew Roncalli.
And it'll be Ron Colley to start us off here for the number 12 Rangers. ICC up 6-3 here, trying to get an upset and mathematically keep their playoff hopes alive with a win here in game 1. Borden still the pitcher as that one hangs up just a bit too high for ball 1.
Yeah, Ron Colley, I think you said he singled his last at bat.
It's that pitch in there for a strike. I've actually got him reaching on an error. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out to second to end the first, lined out on a tough play to start the 4th. And this one's
gonna be
sharp, and that's going to go for extra bases. Maybe even 3 here, as McCray really didn't hustle out there too much, but that's going to be a Davis Ford double to start the inning there for the Rangers, and they trail this one 6-3, and looks like that's going to be it, as Coach Collier is going to make the stroll to the mound here. We'll have a Guaranteed Bank pitching change. We'll take a break and be back with more and introduce you to the new pitcher here from Fulton right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as new pitcher on the hill here for the Indians is Yearwood coming in to relieve Matt Borden, who pitched well, has pitched well enough to give the Indians a 6-3 lead here for Yearwood to come in with a runner at second. Breaking pitch, and it misses for a ball. And Brad, you got some numbers there on Yearwood?
Yes, Yearwood coming in. He is a freshman, right-hander, this year out of Houston, Tennessee. So he mostly comes in relief this year. That's strike one. We've seen him in relief appearances. 10 appearances on the year, 4 wins, 3 losses, 39 innings pitched, 29 hits given up, 18 runs, 13 walks, 21 Ks, 2.31 ERA.
This one tattooed, and it's going to be a fly ball, but Wood is there to make the play. What a play out there by Luke Wood. That was nothing easy as he was able to run down and catch that one stretched across his body for out number 1.
Yeah, that was hit on the line. Wasn't really of course, a lot of them call it a fly out, but it was a hit on the line out there deep in the left. And so Luke Wood able to track it down and make the running catch, as you mentioned, going toward the foul line. And so good play, keeps the runner at second as well. So runner at second, still 1 out for ICC here in the top of the 8th.
This is Levi Lang at the plate. He took that first pitch high for a ball.
That's Smith.
Oh, Smith, excuse me. Yeah, Lang was the one that just flew out.
Yes.
So that pitch flies out and back out of play over the side to us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. If you would like to contribute to the ICC baseball team, you can do so by becoming a member of the Indian Club. Visit iccms.edu/Indian Club. 1-1 pitch coming. Smith fouls this one off into the parking lot. 1-2 now is the count.
You know, Adam, we were talking earlier about a special night last night for Purnell McPhee today, and I sadly wasn't able to get here in time for the first pitch. Coach Pate threw out the first pitch, men's basketball coach, and this is his last season. As that pitch is chopped to short and going to get the out there, second out of the inning on Smith. But Coach Pate, I see him still sitting down here in the stands supporting the Indians. He's done an excellent job for ICC men's basketball program, and he will be retiring at the end of this year. And I know, sometimes we don't always want to get to retirement, but that's also a good day that you look forward to as well. And again, glad to have him out today. I know the men's basketball program, they had some players here, and they had coming in, they had Coach Hayslip down there as that's strike one. And the men's basketball coach who is named for next year, Coach Wilson, who is our current assistant, was here as well. But again, we'll be honoring Coach Pate even more this week, and look forward to that. But what a great career he's had for ICC, and just a great guy.
Absolutely. That pitch missing high and outside, 1-1 count. Yes, he's won championships. Yes, he's had winning records throughout his career, the most wins in a season for the Indian squad as well. But the stat that really stands out the most to you, Brad, is the fact that 40-plus players have had the opportunity to continue their career on the Division I level. And then also, I believe he's got 96% graduation rate with his guys. And that's not getting it done just on the floor. That's getting it done in the classroom and really preparing these guys for their life after basketball.
Yeah, and that's what we want, and that's what we expect out of our head coaches is, as that's ball 3 right there, 3-1. We want them to perform on the field and on the courts and everywhere else like that, but we also expect our student athletes, to obtain an education and graduate. It's hard to play sports for life, even though we all want to do it, as that is going to be ball 4, even though close. So puts him on. That puts Pearson on. That's going to bring up Jenkins, I think.
Yes, this should be Jenkins. Yes, it is.
3, Jackson
But
Jenkins.
Kudos again. That's a huge statistic. Everybody you look back at a coach and you're going to say wins, losses, championships, all that. Well, even that 97% graduation rate, that is a huge testament of how he has invested in his players and their future to ensure that they have a future also playing basketball, moving on to the next level, but also getting that education at them.
That first pitch missing low and outside for a ball here to Jenkins. Yearwood on the hill trying to get the Indians out of this inning with no damage done after a double to start. There's a strike at the knees. 1-1 now is the count here on Jenkins. This is game 1 of 2 coming your way here on the ICC Sports Network. We're in the top of the 8th inning. ICC leading the number 12 team in the country, Northwest, 6-3. Ball in the dirt, gets away, and that's going to allow the runner to advance. As Collier did everything he could to get in front of that one, just couldn't keep it in front of him. So the runner will take third. And so now with 2 outs and a 2-1 count here to Jenkins, Indians looking for the exit. Rangers looking to spark a 2-out rally.
Yeah, ball just kind of bounced out to the side of Stone. Of course, you got that mask on. You threw it off, tried to find it. You got to get your whereabouts. Allowed the runner at second to advance to third. So, again, got 2 outs here, as that is ball 3 right there.
Disappeared all of a sudden.
Yeah, it has. It's kind of really narrowed down. It seems like the strike zone where it seemed to be a little wider a while ago. But anyway, it is what it is. You got to adjust to it.
3-1 pitch, and that one's missing, and now bases are loaded here for the Rangers. And second walk, back-to-back walk.
Not the guy you want to come up either.
Yeah, that's what I was just as I was
Number
writing down the
2,
walk. I
Jacob
looked to
Hill.
see where we were going on the lineup. 4 for 4 with a home run, three singles, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored, and a hot bat right now in the hands of Jacob Hill. And that pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, breaking pitch right there. Of course, Hill has not seen Yearwood at this point, but what a day this guy's having at the plate and on the base paths. And
this is going to be a line drive out to center field, and the Indians get one of the biggest outs of the day in one of the most crucial spots of the game with bases loaded. They retire Hill for the first time today on a line out to center. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. ICC to be McCray, Bo Rocks, and Jackson Settlemyers due up. But before we do that, let's take a break and hear from Coke and be back with more right after this.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free.
Yep.
Anyway, about that remote.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
In the bottom of the 8th, as the Indians trying to pull an upset here on the number 12 team in the country in Northwest. It was 4 runs in the 7th is what got the Indians there. A 3-run home run by the guy coming to the bat right here in Trey McCray that got it going for the Indians. So ICC trying to see if they can extend this 3-run lead here in the 8th. That first pitch outside for a ball here to McCray.
Yeah, big day for Dre. Again, had a single, and then, like I say, a 3-run home run as that one's fouled back straight at us. Glad we got a net.
Amen. Because I was not paying attention and probably would have been hit by it.
But
that pitch missing outside. 2-1 now is the count here to McCray.
Baker works fast. Doesn't take much time at the mound, which some do. It's just your different styles.
So waiting the 2-1 offering here. This one fouled off, heading towards the parking lot. 2-2 now is the count. That sounded like it hit something. I'm not pulling for anybody's vehicle to be hit, by the way.
I don't think it did, but I'll try to help you out and give you one soon. That was in the net.
Count will stay 2-2 here on McCray. Think about McCray. When he hits a home run, it looks absolutely effortless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a beautiful swing, makes solid contact, the ball gets in the air and travels for a while.
Ooh.
That pitch, tough one to hang off of, but he did. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Walker. Again, like you said, runs the count to full.
3-2 offering here. McRae fouls that one off. And we'll sit at 3-2 once again.
Yeah, just kind of beat that one down. Was able to kind of get enough piece of it just to kind of chop it right down in front of him there. And it is foul. So able to hang in there.
And then there's ball 4. Nice at bat there by Dre, and you can tell Northwest was respecting that bat there. Didn't want to give him anything that he could swing on.
Number 17, Bo Rock.
And so with the leadoff walk, this will bring Bo Rock to the plate. Rock is 0 for 3, so that means the big man is due here.
Yeah, I'd love to see Bo, and Bo's going to square around, show bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1, but and they may utilize this opportunity to see if they can move Dre up, because I will say this, any insurance runs against the number 12 team in the nation, anything you can get going into the top of the ninth you need.
Bo showed bunt there, pulled back once again. 2-0 is the count.
Yeah, it's a good eye there on the part of Bo and running it to 2-0.
Runner at first, that's McRae, who drew a walk to start the inning. Bo pulls back on that one, takes it for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 8th. ICC trying to see if they can extend this 6-3 lead here over the number 12 Rangers. Bo lays down the perfect bunt, but in good play, though, by the Rangers. My goodness. Trying to go up the line, but a charge in that time by the third baseman, and that turns into a Little Caesars double play.
Yeah, of course, he'd squared around already several times and pulled back, got balls, and then I don't know if it was meant to happen or what, but when Walker was up there, I think Bo thought he was fixing to throw the pitch, and he squared early, or he made the motion at him.
Yeah.
And when he did, that third baseman just came charging early, even before Bo squared.
Yeah, he was.
And so
he was softball close.
Yeah.
You see softball players on those situations, how close they get. Well, the third baseman from Northwest was probably a solid 15. I mean, not very far.
Not very far, because he was charging.
Surprised he really didn't show up in our close-up camera there, as this is a fly ball to center field. So after Little Caesars double play, it's a fly out to center. We've played 8. ICC leading it 6-3, 3 outs away from upsetting the number 12 team in the country. Can they do it? Find out when we come back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 9th inning. ICC leading it 6-3 here over the number 12 team in the country, the Northwest Rangers.
Number 16,
ICC
Kate Greer.
trying to find a way to hold on and win this one. Rangers need 3 to extend it, or 3 or more, I should say, to extend it to the bottom half of the inning. As that first pitch in the dirt for a ball. As it's Greer, Martin, and Leatherwood. 2, 3, 4 batters due up, right where you want to be if you're the Rangers in this situation. Ground ball, third baseman, and jams him up, and that's going to be an error there. As just couldn't block it up.
Well, it was a tough play, and the reason I say that, and I would say that if it was Northwest.
Are you want to go for a hit on that one then?
I almost could on that one. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because Jarrett Morris was playing in at third. All right, and so he's playing in basically toward the grass. Well, when that ball took that hop, it took one hop, and on that second hop, he had to back up. He knew it was going to take a second hop. Once he backed up, that ball hit the lip of the grass perfectly, and it shot it down in a different direction, and he just didn't have a play on it. So, yeah,
we'll go for a hit. We'll go for a hit.
I could go for a hit on that one. I mean, it could go either way, in all honesty, but it was going to be a tough play.
So 0-1 after that foul ball. Yearwood on the heel here for the Indians, trying to find the save, but instead hits the batter. And so now runners on first and second with no outs, and the tying run coming to the plate now here in Cade Leatherwood.
Yeah,
Number 9,
not what you dialed up right there. Again, the tough play to Morris, and then you got the walk right there. He was hit by a pitch in Martin, and now, like you say, it brings up your cleanup hitter in Cade Leatherwood for Northwest.
Leatherwood had a sacrifice fly back in the first, singled, but was caught stealing in the sixth, and takes that pitch in there for a strike. But right now, if you're Yearwood, you just rely on your guys behind you. Throw strikes. Don't leave them anything they can swing on too big, but just see if you can get out of this inning here with runners on first and second, no outs. Top of the ninth, ICC leading it 6-3. This pitch fouled off out of play. 0-2 now is the count.
That was smoked foul. I mean, it really was. That was on a line to the parking lot. And so
probably just ended up out there at the soccer field.
I think it did, but unless it didn't hit, I don't think it hit their bus. But, man, that was hot.
So waiting the 0-2 pitch here. There's not strike three.
What a pitch, though. He took something off of that. Basic change up there, off-speed pitch. Had everybody fooled, I think, including the umpire.
Yeah, he said it was outside, and we'll have to take his word for it. 1-2 now is the count after that beautiful pitch from Yearwood to get the out. But now he's going to have to regather himself and focus here. Grounder, left side, shortstop's got one play to third, and it's going to be not in time, he says.
I thought he had it.
I thought he did too. It's really without the slide. So that will go for technically a fielder's choice, but no out
Number
was
6,
recorded.
Matthew Roncalli.
And so now bases loaded, no outs. Rangers with Roncalli coming to the plate. He doubled his last time up. As that pitch, don't know where that one missed.
I don't either.
There's been two, and we don't want to get in that game whatsoever.
Oh.
As this pitch hammered and foul. Boy, as Northwest third base coach was pleading his case and laughing at the home plate umpire.
Somebody says, no, he was automatically pointing foul.
Yep.
But ICC's holding their breath on that one because had it been fair, Northwest took the lead. That'd been a grand slam.
So now the count 1-1. That pitch low and outside for a ball. Indians getting somebody up in the bullpen here now as Yearwood struggling a little bit. 2-1 is the count. Still no outs. Bases loaded here for the Rangers in the top of the ninth. High drama. As that is going to be a foul ball. 2-2 now is the count. The Rangers player is going to say it hit him in the chest, but the home plate umpire said, no, you win on that one. So 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, bases full of Rangers. 6-3 is your score here in the top of the ninth. Yearwood's pitch in there for strike 3.
Big time pitch. Big time pitch right there. Breaking pitch coming in there. Had Roncalli fooled right there a little bit. Just was not expecting that. And so big K right there. Big first out.
That's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Yearwood, and it's a big one. 1 out now, bases still loaded. Breaking pitch, it comes in, but missing for a ball.
Yeah, that was inside. And, of course, umpires now is going to say something to Northwest dugout on that one, not ours, Northwest. Home plate umpire did.
Yeah, this is Levi Lang at the plate. Fouls this one back. 1-1 now is the count. Well, tension getting high here. We're in the top of the ninth. ICC leading Northwest 6-3. 1 out. Bases loaded here for the Rangers. 1-1 pitch coming. That one missing outside. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, 2-1. So Yearwood's come back here, and been able to get that first out of the inning, which was huge now. Now you got to get that second out here with the bases loaded.
And that one is fair as trouble. And it's foul. Woo, that is the second time the Rangers have had a ball just go foul down the line. That would have been a grand slam to give them the lead here in the top of the ninth.
And the third base coach at Northwest, still, he's pointing fair, every time, which I would too.
This pitch hit to center field. Center fielder's going to go back on the running and will make the play. That will tag up and score 1. And so the Rangers able to get the sacrifice fly into play to run, but the Indians get the second out of the inning. In this situation, Brad, you'll trade that run for an out.
Yeah, definitely. Even though that's the second out of the inning, you definitely trade it. Got a first and third situation here. You're 2 runs down now just from tying it. So first and third situation, we'll see what Northwest does. They're got James Smith coming up here to the plate.
So Smith, who is 0 for 4 on the day, did reach on an error. Trying to keep this inning alive here for the Rangers. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it out of play, strike 1. We're in the top of the ninth inning. 6-4, ICC with the lead over the number 12 team in the country in Northwest. 2 outs. Indians an out away from pulling the upset. Yearwood on the hill here for the Indians. Runners on the corners for the Rangers. 0-1 is the count here to Smith. Pitch coming. That one just missing low for a ball.
Yeah, I think the bottom fell out of that one, just dropped too low when it crossed the plate. Because it did, in my opinion, where we're at here, it did kind of touch the outer half of the plate there, but just bottom fell out of it.
1-1 pitch from Yearwood. This one popped up, but it's going to get out of play. And now the count goes 1-2.
Yeah, so big time right there. 1-2 count, well ahead here. Just don't want to send anything to the backstop. Even though that run at third is not going to hurt you as far as winning the game, because it would still not tie it up. You still don't want anything to go to the backstop, but you don't want anything too good there in the strike zone either, in my opinion.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Yearwood. On its way. Jammed him up. We'll stay at 1-2 and do it all over again here.
Yeah, jammed him up. He was able to get that bat out there enough just to foul it off and chop it down the third base side there in foul territory. So 1-2 count still. Here we go again.
Yearwood awaiting the signal. As Brad mentioned, 1-2 is the count. ICC 6, number 12, Northwest 4. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Yearwood's pitch. Grounder, foul ball, and we'll set it up and do it all over again. Boy, this inning has had all types of drama. We've seen 2 foul balls that would have been grand slams off the bat of the Rangers go just foul down that left field line. ICC now wanting to get a baseball in. They threw it in from the dugout. The infield umpire's like, no, we ain't going to play that game. So he sent that one back. Wisely so. Runners on the corners here for the Rangers. 1-2 pitch coming here from Yearwood. Breaking pitch up high. 2-2 now is the count on James Smith.
Yeah, left that one up too far in the zone. Still got a first and third situation. So I don't anticipate Northwest doing anything offensively first and third in this situation with 2 outs in the top of the ninth.
2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 in the Indians. Complete the upset of the Rangers with the 6-4 win here in Game 1. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, Brad, as ICC gets the big time win. Let's take a quick timeout and come back with our Renaissance Bank postgame report and more here from Fulton. Indians win Game 1 by the final score of 6-4.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back to the Renaissance Bank post-game report. ICC wins a absolute thriller here in Game 1 by the final score of 6-4. Brad, your thoughts here on Game 1?
Well, I mean, had good pitching performances on both sides. Things kind of broke free a little bit there eventually, finally. But at this time of the season where we're at and postseason play coming up, Indians trying to find that postseason and it's going to be a tough hill climb to get in right now. But Northwest definitely, getting in there, and still neither team playing clean ball with as many errors. You got 7 errors on the board, and that's between both teams. So not a clean game. And ICC doing what they were not able to do in the season and find the timely hits, getting that big home run from Dre McCray to put ICC ahead. And so, big win right there for ICC against the number 12 team. Big loss for Northwest. Of course, this is the time of year, especially if you're going to postseason play, you want to get hot, you want to stay hot. You want to put things together and hopefully be ready for tournament time. And so we'll see how that turns out. I'll go ahead on my end before you start. My Samstown player of the game is going to be, and it could be up for discussion as well for others, but I'm going with Matt Bordon, the sophomore left-hander, came in, did a fantastic job, and had a good day and one of his better outings. He's had good outings this year, but he gets the win. I think that's huge for the sophomore. Don't know yet whether ICC will be in postseason play or not, but if not, then that was possibly the last time we'll see Matt Bordon on the hill wearing the Indians uniform. But good job by him coming in today and battling out there and putting together to get the win. He would be my Samstown Market player of the game.
I like it. He gives up 3 runs on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 7+ innings of work. So in my head, I said, okay, if he goes with Borden in his MVP, I'm going to go with Dre McCray. Because if you would have went with Dre McCray, I would have went with Matt.
With Borden, that's right.
But yeah, Dre comes up again. We saw him last time the Indians got the upset over a nationally ranked program. He had a 2-run home run to put the Indians up there. Did the same thing today, that 3-run home run to put the Indians up and eventually find a way to win the ball game 6-4 here over the number 12 Rangers in Game 1. Well, that's going to do it. We've got Matt Bordon and Dre McCray, our Samstown Market stars of the game here in Game 1. We're going to take a break, come back in about 30 minutes, so right around 5 o'clock should be the start of Game 2 as ICC improves to 17-26 overall, 9-16 in conference play. The Rangers slip to 35-14, 19-6 inside conference play. Back with Game 2 in about 30 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
"What's next?"
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.